It's that good?
It's something that a lot of people have told me is the best gacha game that you've never heard of. Limbus Company, the best free game you've never played.
That was the reaction of many people and they changed their mind. I want to check it out too. Bro, I've barely heard of it. Bro,
Limbus Company is a game that is made by the most unhinged company known to man, Project Moon. They're founded in South Korea, like most of your generic romance manhwa. They're known for their other games, such as Lobotomy Corp and Library of Ruina, which are popular amongst the
Lobotomy Corp is a crazy name.
community. They've slowly developed a community.
Wait, so like it's got, this video has 300,000 views. It is that good? It's one of the best story writings and telling of all time.
Of unhinged people, and I'm slowly becoming one of them. This video is mainly made for the people who want to dip their feet into Limbus Company and
Bituwa, AK,
the Project Moon universe. However, if you want to hear my bad takes and correct me throughout this
One thing I heard is like they care about character development. Like they don't forget about their characters, which is very interesting to me.
video about
You love AK, right? Yeah, AK is absolutely amazing.
how I misexplain everything, you're more than welcome to stay. I'll mainly be talking about the
Oh, art's sick.
art style,
Like it.
the combat, the gacha
What the hell? That's combat? Bro, what is happening here? What in the ADHD nightmare is this?
combat, the
I have ADHD, by the way.
gacha system, and the story, but only like a brief summary.
Brother, this looks so dark and gruesome. What?
The art style, the combat, the gacha system,
The gacha animation looks like a shredder for corpses, bro.
and the story, but only like a brief summary of the story. Since I
That's
plan on
you.
actually
I'm a
making
clock.
review video on it, a long one at that. By the way, the script for that video is like 5 pages long in
Are you sure this is a good game? Are you guys okay?
a Word document, and I'm still at the prologue trying to explain every detail for why Molar Boatwork Ishmael is the best smelling ID.
Damn, who is that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn, Arcos, I mean, ma'am, but also like, who is that? You have my attention.
To why the I used
Bro's face lit up. Listen, I like hot characters, okay? Is that a sombrero? Hey, sombrero Mexico mention! Oh, sorry.
Mariachi St. Clair for the whole of Canto 1. With my rant being out of the way, let's get into.
That's Don Quixote. You're lying. Bro, what? You're lying. Their name is Don Quixote.
Limbus Company.
Bro.
As I said, this is gonna be a brief summary of the story since this story
Everyone looks depressed.
actually has so
Aboard Mephistopheles. What?
much to it that me explaining in this video won't actually do it justice. You, the player, or the main character of this game, is called Dante, a clocked-faced character. You've been adopted by the best dad of the year, Virgilus, who has 13 other kids known as the Sinners. They are Gregor,
Huh? Wait. The character of this game is called Dante. Dante is a clock.
You, the player, or the main character of this game, is called Dante, a clocked-faced character. You've been adopted by the best dad of the year, Virgilus, who has 13 other kids known as the Sinners. They are Gregor, Rodion, or Rodia, Sinclair, Yisang,
Sinclair,
Ishmael,
ma'am.
Heathcliff,
Ishmael,
Don
ma'am.
Quixote,
Don
Honglu,
Quixote!
Ryoshu, Mersalt,
Yo, shoot, damn.
Ishmael, Heathcliff, Don Quixote, Honglu, Ryoshu,
Damn, man.
Mersalt, Utis, my beloved, and Faust. These characters are all based on real-life books, stories, and authors. Dante, based on the infamous book Dante's Inferno,
Dante's Inferno.
and Don Quixote from, well, Don Quixote. Virgilus has kidnapped all of you people in a bus called Mephi, or Mephistopheles. You are also joined by a driver on the bus called Charon, ironic because Charon is like the god of death that traverses the sea, who has a sense of the direction of a 5-year-old rubbing their face on Markiplier's pecs. Since Virgilus pretty much is the boss of the group, his order is simple. Each canto, or chapters, you will be visiting an area
Oh, they call chapters Cano? Wait, that's kind of fire. That's pretty sick. That's really fucking dope, actually.
His order is simple.
I love when games have like thematic, like, you know, naming for their UI elements and story elements. It's pretty sick.
Each canto, or chapters, you will be visiting an area reminiscent for certain sinners to retrieve the golden bow. By the way, since I was streaming this game, even the people who are at the very late stages of the game don't even know what the golden bow still is. So thankfully I don't have to explain it. For example, in Canto 1, you visit a place that is close and dear to Greg.
What happens in this game?
I have to explain it. For example,
what the fuck?
in Canto 1, you visit a place that is close and dear to Gregor, so you'll be learning more about himself and following through the gruesomeness of what he went through. I'm not gonna be spoiling anything about it because I want you to experience the story for yourself. I highly recommend just playing the game if you want to experience the story. I might as well give you my thoughts on it, but I think Canto 1 to 3 have been amazing, especially Canto 3 due to a certain someone that I will not spoil. I think Canto 3 is what sparked me to make a video on this, considering how interesting it was and how well thought out it was.
Okay, but how good is this one of those games where it's guys, it's an amazing game, but it's really bad in the beginning, so you just gotta keep going for a long time and eventually it gets good. Or
and again, as I said, I do want to make a long form video on this that's gonna be probably 10 hours long, but it's something worth doing because
Canto 1 to 3 is enough for me to stay with it. Oh damn, okay.
I think it really deserves it. This game, definitely amazing. So yeah, if you want to learn about the story more, I suggest you play on your own and give it a shot.
Oh. Art style, hit me with it. Rustic core goes
The game's
hard.
art style, it's not something you see
Oh, wait, that's pretty sick. I like
typically
that.
in most gacha games, since today's gacha.
It's I'm sure the Limbus Company community is gonna get hella triggered when I say this, but it's low key like Chainsaw Man.
Games are mainly just who can make the most over.
Damn, brother, good. Wow, holy fuck. And Nikkei apparently has good story and lore too. Good lord, man.
Size tits for their characters so they can promote it in a summer event. This game's art style reminds me a lot about Darkest Dungeon and the gameplay as well, but we'll get to it later. The game has this very rustic style when the world wars were taking place in the 20th century. Almost like if there was actually a war that took place in the game as well. I know this art style won't be for everyone since you don't see
Oh, it's pretty sick though. I like this. Wait a minute.
actually a war that took place in the game as well. I know this art style
Like a little train ticket. You're right into hell. Sinner's window. Interesting. I do like
won't
the
be
art
for
style.
everyone since you don't see it every day. I, however, found myself fall in love with it because
It's like the dark brush art style that you saw in a lot of the Arknights arts going against Reunion when the battles were popping off. But you get more into the themology you would see in Chainsaw Man. Very interesting.
most of the character designs are unique. Most enemy designs are pretty generic, I'd say, but done in a way that it
He looks fucking sick.
feels like it belongs in the world. And some areas that you see in the background of the cutscenes also fit the world they built really well. The idea
A story is voiced in Korea? Wait, actually. Wait, the full main story, or do you mean just a line here and there?
or characters that you will be pulling from the gacha system all have their own flair to
Ma'am, who is that? Zam!
it, and are mainly based on character personality, which, makes
Fully voice acted.
sense.
Okay.
Overall,
Ryoshu, I like Ryoshu.
for the art style, it just hits
Ryoshu
for
and
me.
Ishmael,
It just hits on the
alright.
spot for me, and I'm a big fan of the rustic style that they have, and the way that each little detail of the world applies to it is just perfect.
I like Don Quixote's energy. Bro. They got my ADHD vibes, I don't know.
Now, for the gameplay. Where do I even begin? There's a lot to the core gameplay for the game, such as debuffs, statuses, buffs, but don't panic, I got you covered on this. So what you do is, once you unlock the win rate button, you just keep spamming that a bunch of time to essentially get through every single content that way. That's pretty much the gameplay. Every single combat, you can only bring 5 characters.
Wait, is that it? Is he memeing? I don't know what that means.
In some cases, 6. Each characters have skills that are shown in the sequence here. In normal encounters,
What in the fuck is this gameplay? Hold on. Respectfully, I just don't know what's happening.
like this, you have to chain skills and pick which skill you want to use. You can click the character in combat and see what they do. I recommend just reading on them when you choose which character you want to bring to the battle, because some of them are just a size of like 5 Yu-Gi-Oh cards combined. Each time you use a skill for the combat, it will automatically get replaced by another skill that you can see. So it's best to know what you want to use now so that you can play around the next upcoming skill. Now, there is a resonance mechanic where if you pair up skills of the same color, it gives you a bonus of some sort. To be completely honest, it really doesn't do much, so I say just forget about it. By the way, the colors of the skill themselves do matter in some cases, but it really depends on what your character does most of the time. I should mention, when choosing characters you want to play, you should actually place them in a certain order, because this is actually really important. When you enter battle and you've done your first turn, the character you chose first, which allows like another skill to be used, and that is pretty massive for a character that wants to like attack a lot. Now, for how damage is calculated, it is based on coin flips. Yes, even gambling
Coin flips?
for characters wasn't enough. They legit had to implement gambling to the combat out of all things. So for each skill, they will have a maximum and a minimum damage they can apply, and they will also have a certain amount of coins. Now, when I said the combat is very similar to Darkest Dungeon, I really meant it. It's also very comparable to another game that has been getting popularity recently, known as Fear and Hunger. If you've played those games before, the combat should be simple enough for you knowing
I like her a lot.
what the coins actually mean and do. For the people who don't know, basically, your damage will be calculated based on how many coins land on heads and if you land on tails. You'll be dealing the bare minimum of damage if you hit all tails. Hitting all heads, you will be doing the max amount of damage. Hitting, let's say, 2/3 of your coins will still damage the enemy, but obviously calculate between the ratio you have. The clash mechanic that you will be experiencing.
Okay, this makes a little more sense. So you have team 1 and team 2, and then you can see which enemies are being aggroed, or which allies are being aggroed to which enemies. And then it is a chain ability system. So I'm assuming each row is like the order of the abilities that you can go in, and you pick the first one that then gets chained into the next one, and then maybe certain effects happen between rows 1 and 2. Is that kind of...
A lot is much more different, however. A clash is triggered usually when both one of your units and an enemy is attacking at the same time. On top of that, it usually tells you which one will be favored. You will either get a favored, neutral, struggling, and other variations. Favored usually means that you will most likely win the clash. The way they do clash is, each time both sides will flip the amount of coins they have. If one side lose their flip, they will lose 1 coin until they have none. Once there is no coins left, the unit who lost will lose their ability to attack, while the winner of the clash gets to deal damage. There is also a sanity measurement. This mechanic is important to keep track of because of the range of sanity you can get. Usually the range varies from -45 to 45 sanity. The higher your sanity, the more heads
Whoa, that's metal.
you will land with your attacks. The way you gain sanity is also simple. Attacking enemies gives you sanity, and killing off enemies will give you even more sanity. Another
Interesting. So offensive encouraged strategic gameplay. Got it. Okay. Fascinating. So like Fire Emblem, but 2-dimensional 2D art, but with chain comboed abilities, but encouraging offensive play and being aggressive and risky.
great tool you have at your disposal is that if you see you're
Like
most
mod
likely to
chat?
lose a clash, you can just click on your character and defend yourself instead. For each character, it's usually different. It's either a defense, counter, or dodge. This defense mechanic can also give you bonuses sometimes for some characters, and it's pretty beneficial to use. Enemies on their health bar have lines on certain points. Reaching those points causes them to be at a staggered state, which basically means that they will be stunned and won't be able to attack or defend, so they full on take the maximum damage you can output, if you land your heads, of course. There's also a speed mechanic where characters are rearranged every turn to see who gets to go first. Characters who are placed on the far left are usually most likely to get attacked. The same is true for the enemy side. Another form of combat that appears is
Yeah. Wow. Those monsters look disturbing as all hell. Okay.
focused encounters. Unlike the normal ones that I've shown you throughout the footage,
So for gameplay, I kind of like to have that be more of a blind experience. Let's get into the gacha real quick.
Now this is what I praise the game for. There is no artifact system in this game.
Peak cinema. Absolutely amazing. I fucking love this game. I haven't even played it. Absolute cinema. We need more games that does not absolute peak. Absolute peak. Absolute peak. As I am currently farming for this right now.
None. Zero.
That is nice.
They actually managed to make an enjoyable game without prioritizing crit rate and crit damage. People meme on Project Moon for not knowing how to make.
Bro, I do like the art in this game. Listen, I'm the type of guy that's like woman in suits. I love it, right? So I'm a little biased.
Prioritizing crit rate and crit damage. People
like Zam. You know what I mean? And
meme on Project Moon for not knowing how to make gacha games, which is true to some extent. But their lack of understanding actually made this game so much better. So 12 sinners, right? So how do you get more characters? Well, you don't. You gain variations of these characters instead.
Interesting.
Earlier I mentioned two specific IDs like Molar Boatwork Ishmael and Mariachi Sen.
God, she's so hot, bro. Oh, dude, the raps. Oh my lord. Holy man.
Claire, those are specific IDs that these characters can get. There's really only 3 rarities in this game. The normal regular IDs that
I like her. I like her energy a lot. They're like in fucking hell or Cantos or something similar thematically. Everyone is depressed and stressed or like, and she's just like, just making my way downtown. I fuck with her energy a lot. I like her a lot. She's so you, boss. She's so you, Don Quixote. Okay, interesting.
You know, the default ones.
I like her a lot.
000 and 000, which is the best you can get. In normal gacha terms,
Island referred to her as you. Oh yeah, Island played this, right? Island referred her as me. Did he literally say that? Like, this is literally unique for a bit? That's interesting. A couple times, yeah.
000s are basically 4 stars.
Oh,
and
boy.
000s are 5 stars. These
Okay.
IDs have different skills and mechanics and have to be leveled separately. If level transferring was actually a mechanic in the game, it would just be too easy. However,
Okay.
IDs aren't the only form of
Ma'am.
gacha you can get. There's also egos that you can get. Another common mechanic that I forgot to
She's like sleepy and like holding that katana. Like anyone that he wakes her up is about to get sliced.
add in the combat section. Great, just great. Essentially, egos are ultimates that
Ma'am, who is that? Whoa. Wow. That is... Okay, that's hot.
characters can use for a cost of sanity and affinities. What are affinities? Well, remember how I said that the colors of your skills matter? Yeah, now is a good time to talk about it. Each skill gives you a certain amount of affinities of the colored skill you used. These will stay until the end of combat unless you're doing dungeons, which stays till the end of the dungeon. But yeah, egos either do a lot of
Ooh,
damage,
I like his
give you
art.
permanent buffs, or a
Love
good
that.
utility for your team. Now there's more to the IDs actually. There's a form of ascension in this game called uptie. Usually, a character can be uptied to a maximum of 4, where at uptie 3, they unlock their quote-unquote final form, and at uptie 4, gaining a huge buff on all their skills. Uptying requires a resource called threads that is either usually obtained from pulling, like from the banner, or from
Cayenne,
events. You can
Sipo,
also buy them
Rasta!
from the shop as well by selling
Sipo, Sipo!
character-specific threads that you don't think you'll need. By the way, I personally didn't have any other use for the shop. You can buy other
Yo, who's that in the corner? Ma'am. Damn.
IDs and egos for different types of currency. And that's the extent that I know of it. But please, leave a comment if you know the full use of the shop. And
Otis.
that would be appreciated. Now, what if you pulled for a character, but are too poor to
That's my wife. Seems like it's based
level them
potentially.
up? Well, now here's the gacha aspect you all have been waiting for. Enkafelin is essentially this game's resin energy source to get materials for leveling your characters and actually getting different types of threads. Yeah, if you played a singular gacha game in your life, it's pretty self-explanatory. Enkafelin must be condensed to Enkafelin modules to be used for material farming. I wouldn't advise ever skipping the battle. Usually playing the game and pressing win rate will do the trick, so you save more resources to gain more materials. I should also mention that the story nodes will also cost Enkaphelin. Usually that won't be a problem in most cases, while dungeons only consume 1 Enkaphelin. Last thing that I'll be talking about here is mirror dungeons. The reason why I'm talking about mirror dungeons here is because I actually haven't tried it yet. But they're essentially like dungeons from the combat segment, just with, shops and more ego gifts. Leveling up ego gifts too, if you want
what
to,
is this?
and having
Hold
a
on.
boss at the end of each.
What is this? Cute. The slide down. Damn!
터졌군요.
She was tired doing that. Interesting. Also, those are all her variations that they were talking about that you collect, right?
계속 무력화.
I like that she actually has the shield. That's good. I like how detailed the attacks are in 2D. That's pretty nice. Oh, katana. All right. Damn.
침묵을 안겨드리죠. 침묵을 안겨드리죠. 완전한
Bro, she's got mariachis. Ooh, bro, repping the mariachis. Okay. Alrighty. He looks sick. Damn. Alrighty. Ma'am. Whoa. I see. I like how interactive they made the combat. Man! Damn! Good lord! I like her energy. Don Quixote, I vibe with her energy a lot. She's all smiling and shit. Dude. Whoa. Okay. Okay.
기회인 것 같소. 당신 어디요?
Man, if it's this bloody, I can only imagine how the story is.
당신 어디요?
Ma'am. Bro. Good lord. Ryoshu. Oh my, yo. That smile devious, damn. That dude, good heavens. All right, damn. Wow. Wow. When they say it's darker than Pitch Black the story. Interesting. Smash would 100%. Damn. Damn. That goes hard. Wait a minute. Hella cute. Absolutely fucking adorable. I love her energy. I vibe with her energy so much, dude. Oh man, that would totally be my ass if I had that outfit and blade, dude. Holy. Smash 100%. Good lord. Wow. maybe that's wow.